Hello and welcome back here to Prior's Flat, and the drinks break's been, but just before we went off air moments ago, it was Tynedale lost their second wicket when Tom Cant was given out LBW to Rosa. So Tynedale now are 74 for 2 because Ollie Fletcher has just pulled the 4 away behind square over to the leg side across to the tennis courts. But the big news here from just before the drinks break, just before we went off the air for our little break here, Tom Cant was given out LBW for 35 when the score was at 69. So it's Fletcher and new bat Callan McCabe trying to get this one going for Tynedale now. And that was the end of the over, the end of the 26th over, that one. And it's 74 for 2 Tynedale. Fletcher has 9, McCabe is yet to score, and the deficit now is down to 86 needed. So it's 86 Tynedale need, or with 8 wickets standing here. And the overs are more or less irrelevant at the moment because there's plenty of them left. 24 left for this 86 as McCabe plays away square from a min this time, and there's no run. It's fielded in there at backward point. So we've got a strong breeze out there, not really at pitch level, but the trees blowing about and the sun as the next one goes in from a min, and it's Callan McCabe who puts that one into the leg side, but there's no run. It's fielded there by Graham in at mid wicket. As a min goes in over the wicket now, and McCabe's forward defending and pushes it back just slightly to the leg side where it's picked up by the bowler, and there's no run. 74 for 2 still. A min now bowling to McCabe. Full ball, and he's whipped that one away up towards the long leg boundary across to the top right there of the picture as we look over towards Prior's Terrace, and it's fielded and thrown in, and McCabe has got himself a single, which takes the score now to 75 for 2. McCabe's off the mark, and the deficit comes down to 85. And it's Fletcher again who's forward this time to another in ball, and the ball just skews off the face there and goes up behind square, but there's no run. It's fielded quickly. One slip in place, in goes him in again, and bowls a good length ball this time, and Fletcher plays out to the offside, and there's no run, and that's the end of another Armin over. So Tynedale here recovering slowly from the loss of the captain Tom Cant and Dan Parker, where he was the first wicket to go, Parker, but Cant just gone in the last 10 minutes or so, and now it's 75 for 2 after 27 with Parker. It is who's out, and the not out batsman at the moment, McCabe, but 1 not out, he's off the mark in the last over, and Fletcher 9 not out. So here's Rosa again about to take up the attack. Long sleeves on, balding bit on top of his head there as he comes in, his dark hair just disappearing, and there's an edge, and it's down. It's down by Hunter at slip, a diving effort. He didn't have to dive too far, and it was a big swipe, tried to cut it there, McCabe, and it took a fast top edge, and Hunter diving to his right has put McCabe down. He's very fine there at first slip as well, but McCabe got 1 out of that, so it's another 1 to the total. A lucky one, 76 for 2 now. McCabe's gone to 2, and Fletcher it is who plays back and hits it straight back to the bowler there, who takes it the second opportunity on the bounce. And here's Rosa again now, comes in over the wicket, bit quicker there, angled into the right hander that one, and it's Fletcher who turns it into the leg side, and it's fielded there at forward square leg across on the tennis court side to the left. And it Rosa again now, the second team. This looks like the concert second team lads have arrived, beaten by 10 wickets by the Tynedale seconds today, and there's Fletcher driving off the back foot again, but it's straight along the ground there in at extra cover. It's fielded and there's no run, so still 76 for 2. Fletcher on strike, 9 not out, a slip in place, bright sunshine, quite a stiff breeze as in comes Rosa again now, and Fletcher just moves that one moves across and plays it into mid-wicket. And is that the... no, that wasn't the end of the over. Umpire Greener up there moved to look as if it was the end of the over. But square legs drop back under the boundary now across to the left. One slip still as Raza plays bowls, and it's Fletcher who plays it behind square, and it's picked up by Wynne there in at leg gully. So the end of another Raza over this time, and it's 76 for 2 Tynedale, still 84 required. Chasing 160 to win here. Parker the first man out for 28, courted extra cover from Raza, and then Tom Cant the second man out, the captain of Tynedale. He was out LBW for 35, and that was when the score was at 69. Parker fell when the score was at 50, so it's going to be Amin again who's going to bowl to Colin McCabe. And McCabe's forward in defence this time and pushes the ball back down the pitch, and it's picked up quickly by Amin. And here he is again now. Short run up of bowls, and McCabe plays back this time up to mid-on here, and it's picked up off the ground. So the run rate just slowing down a little bit for Tynedale. McCabe looks for it again, still one slip. In goes him in, and there's a shout for LBW this time. It struck him on the pad as he played forward, but there may have been a little bit of bat in that as well. Amin wasn't convinced. It was only a half-hearted appeal from the bowler. Chapman was more like it behind the stumps, but here's the next one. There was no run there, and McCabe tries to cut again outside the off stump, but it just wasn't wide enough there, and he played and missed. It looked like it went under the bat, that one. And Chapman took it. There's a Min's in again now, and McCabe turns it round to square leg, but they're not going to get a run here. It's fielded quickly and fired into the wicket-keeper at the top end, Chapman. And the score remains at 76 for 2. It's 84 now. 84 required by Tynedale. 29th over here. Amin to McCabe, who defends square on the offside, and it's fielded in there at backward point. And there's no run, and that's the end of the over. The end of the 29th over here, so we've got 21 left to bowl here, and Tynedale need another 84. 84 required by the home side here. Third last game of the season for these two clubs. Concert top of the table. Raza to bowl. He'll be coming over the wicket with a slip in place. In the sunshine still got the breeze here, still got the spectators as well, as Fletcher takes that one on the full, and it's pushed up there to straight mid-wicket, and there's no run. Wynne has just dropped back. He's going right back to the tennis court boundary to the left there, behind square, deep square leg boundary, deep backward square leg boundary. As Raza's in again now, and he drives, and it's over the head of the bowler, and it's going up there for 4. Rushes away up, crosses the line now, and umpire Greener signals for that one. And Raza it was. He leapt a long way off the ground there to jump up and get it. Fletcher was quickly onto it, so 4 more to the total. That's taken it now to 80 for 2. Raza in and bowls, a good length this time, just outside the off stump, but Fletcher's forward in defence and pushes it out there to extra cover. Stewie Graham prowling about there at backward point. Hunter at slip. As in comes Raza again now to Fletcher, who's forward in defence again, and just pushes it out slightly to the offside this time, and there's no run. 80 for 2 now. Fletcher's gone to 13 with that last boundary. 80 remain for Tynedale to win here. 8 wickets in hand, and the next one just drifts down the leg side a bit, and I think it came off the pad there, or the boot, and it's Chapman who retrieves it from behind the stumps. Well, he went from behind the stumps to pick it up there. So here we go again. Here comes Raza now over the wicket. Bowls again. It drifts the leg, and he's turned this one round for a single up to Wynne there, who runs in off the deep square leg boundary and picks up. And there's a single there to Fletcher, so he'll have the strike, one of the last ball of the over there. So Tynedale needing 160 to win, are now 81 for 2, with McCabe 2 not out and Fletcher 14. The men out are Parker and Kant, and they need another 79 with 8 wickets in hand here. And there's 20 overs now to do it in. 20 overs there is now. And it's going to be Amin to take up the attack. One slip. Again, as in he goes, and that's on leg stump, and it's just flicked off his pads, that one, by Fletcher it is, and it goes straight to Graham there in mid-wicket, and he picks it up off the ground. And here's Amin again, over the wicket he goes. Fletcher takes that one from outside the off stump, but just plays it out there to extra cover, and it's picked up, and there's no run. Hunter in its slip it is. There's Amin's in again now and bowls, and Fletcher chips it away through the leg side again, and it's straight at Graham there, the fielder, and he takes it on the bounce, and there's no run. Now here's Amin again, about to bowl. Up he goes and bowls, and there's Fletcher driving this time, but again he's placed it straight onto the ground to the fielder, and he doesn't get any runs there, just looking a bit frustrated after that shot. Has to keep his cool here, as in goes Amin again and bowls, and he's flicked this one through in the air. Oh, it's bounced. The bounce has beaten the fielder. It's running up towards us, behind the long on boundary here, but it's retrieved now. And Fletcher has gone through for 2 runs there, and that hit a little divot. And just he ran too quickly across behind it, and the divot took it away. But 2 more to the total there, so Fletcher goes to 16. And there's Amin bowls again, and he's driven this one over Wynn at long off, mid off. He's running up to get it now as Wynn. They've come through for 2. McCabe's quicker than Fletcher at that one. He's down this end before Fletcher gets halfway back up, but they're through safe enough. So another 2 runs off the last ball of the over there. And now let's update the score after that bit of frantic activity at the end of the over there. It's 85 for 2. Tynedale, 85 for 2 Tynedale are, with 19 overs left to bowl. They need another 75. 85 for 2, chasing 160. 75 it is they need here. And it will be Raza to take up the attack again. And there's a long on in place now for McCabe. One slip as well as Raza bowls, and McCabe plays from the crease and just pushes it back to the bowler there, just slightly on the leg side. And Raza picks it up, and there's no run. Now let's see Raza come in again to bowl. He's there, and McCabe edges into the ground, and again Hunter did well to field that one. Played it with soft hands there, did McCabe. Went forward, and it just sort of stopped on him, and it took the edge, but it went straight into the ground, and Hunter did well to field it on the first bounce. No runs there. Raza's in again now, and McCabe plays back up to the mid-on position there, and it's fielded from mid-wicket, straight mid-wicket there, and there's no runs. Still 85 for 2, McCabe 2 not out. Here's Raza again now, bowls. And McCabe's forward to a fuller ball this time, or makes it a fuller ball and drives it back on the ground to the bowler. No runs again. Here's Raza now bowls, and there's McCabe back and drives it up too long on for a single. He goes up there to the top end, jogs through, and 1 more to the total. That takes it to 86 for 2. And now the deficit down to 74. To win here for Tynedale. Raza to Fletcher this time, and edged on past the right hand of first slip again, and it's coming up here towards the 3rd man boundary, but it stops dead before Graham picks it up, and Fletcher comes back through to this end, and he gets another couple of runs there off the last ball of the over. So 2 taken off the runs needed for Tynedale there. So at the end of that one, it's 32 overs gone now, 18 left to go here. 88 for 2 Tynedale. They still require another 72 to get to this target of 160. Fletcher 20 not out and McCabe 3 not out. Parker and Kant are the men out so far. And we're going to have another yes, we've got another change of bowling, but it's not a change of bowler. We've had him already. It's Stuart Graham's coming back on to replace Amin at this end. So we're just about to see Stuart Graham come back on for his second spell here. Raza with the 2 wickets so far, and there's going to be a deep square leg. There's going to be 1 slip. There's going to be a deep cover point across at the tennis courts and a fine leg as Graham's in now to bowl to McCabe, who drives but mistimes this one and it spins off there into the ground and rolls out to mid-wicket, and there's no runs. And the breeze does get up there. Just looking at the players' shirts out there, they're whistling and rippling away in the sun. All the concert fielders have got their caps on at the moment, and Amin the odd one out with his white cap to everybody else's red one. But here's Graham again, right arm over the wicket. He bowls, and McCabe's back and tries to cut away, but it beats the bat. It played a cross-bat shot there. It was a good length outside the off stump, but there was really no danger in the ball until McCabe played at it there. It wasn't coming back at him or nothing like that. But here he goes again now. 3 not out. It's been a long bedding in time for McCabe. Here's Graham again, goes into bowl. McCabe hits him on the pad, there's a big shout and he's out. It took a long time, but McCabe's been given out. LBW. Umpire Hardy it is who gives him out at this end. He went forward there and shuffled back, and the ball seemed to cut back into him and struck him on the pad, bounced off to the offside. The players, the wicketkeeper, bowler and slips went up, and umpire Hardy gives McCabe out. LBW. So Tynedale now have just hit a spot of rough weather. 88 for 3 now. McCabe has gone for 3. Another LBW, and it's Graham who takes his first wicket of the afternoon here for concert, and it'll be his 43rd wicket of the season for the veteran player in the league this term, 2018. So the new bat in for Tynedale is James Rainford, right-handed, and he's up there now. 88 for 3. 72 still needed here, and we're in the 33rd over. So we're going to have 1 slip, a backward point, a deep cover point, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a deep backward square, and a fine leg in the bright sunshine and strong breeze here. And he bowls Graham, and Rainford's forward in defence of the first ball here, and it goes straight out to mid-off there, and Graham picked it up going to his left there, and he throws it over for to get polished, and he gets it back now. Here we go again now. Here's Stuart Graham bowling to Rainford. Rainford defends from the crease this time. Not a lot of forward movement there, but he pushes it up here to mid-on, and there's no run. 88 for 3 now, Tynedale. 72 still needed. 16 overs to go. 17 overs to go after this one. It's Graham in now over the wicket and bowls, and Rainford defends it and pushes it up to mid-off, and it's Wynne who picks it up. And that's the end of Graham's over, and the end of the 33rd day. Just plonks his cap on his head, and 88 for 3. Tynedale chasing 160 to win. They still require 72 here at the creases. Fletcher not out 20, and Rainford yet to score. The 3 men out are Parker, Kant and McCabe, and the wickets have fallen at 50, 69 and 88. Graham has taken 1 and Rosa has taken 2. And it's going to be Fletcher on strike to Rosa. 1 slip in place, long off and long on. Nobody deep square on the offside. Deep mid-wicket in place over to the tennis courts to the left. Drives this time, and that's going up towards him in, who has to run fast round to his left up there to pick that one up, and Fletcher's got another single. He's gone to 21 and the score goes to 89. 71 now to win for Tynedale. 71 needed, 7 wickets for Concert to take here. And it's Rosa in again over the wicket, bowls outside the off stump, and he lets that one go by, does Rainford. And Rainford's been a quiet season for him. His season just seems to be fading out. 320 runs, averaging 25 from 14 innings, as Rosa bowls to him again now, and he just defends square this time. Averaging 25 with that 1 not out in his from his 14 completed innings. As Rosa again now moves in and bowls. Rainford, a big swipe and a big drive attempted at that one, and it beat the bat through to Chapman, and Chapman can't quite believe that didn't get a little nick there as it came through to him. So they can sense a bit of unease, can Concert here, a little bit more smiling and jovialness in the field for the visitors, as Rainford it is who defends the next one back up there towards mid-on, and it's picked up by Amin the bowler. So Rainford yet to score, he's not off the mark yet. And here is Rosa again, and he plays and misses outside the off again, going back there, and that was even more luckier. The ball just coming close by the off stump, and Chapman, he didn't take it cleanly that time, but he went up and hung his head back. So at the end of the over there, it's Rainford is still hasn't scored. Fletcher 21, Tynedale 89 for 3, and they require another 71 to win here. And we'll have 16 overs to go. So it's coming down quite close now. It's Graham to bowl to Fletcher, 1 slip. Pulled away by Fletcher, and it's going, he didn't time it though, and it's just running slowly up there towards long leg, across between the 2 terraces of houses. The ball runs away towards that way before it's fielded, so Fletcher gets another one. And now it's down to 70, which Tynedale need now. 90 for 3, 35th over. In goes Graham to Rainford, who pats it down into the leg side. There's a shot at the stumps here, and if that hits, he was struggling, Fletcher, but and the ball has gone. It's been backed up there, and they get a single. I thought it had whistled through for overthrows there, but no, it was run, but only just. If that ball had hit, it would have been Fletcher who would have been out there. But Rainford's off the mark with a streaky single. And it's Fletcher on strike now, 91 for 3. 69 remaining for Tynedale to get here. 7 wickets, and that's hit him on the thigh pad and drops into the leg side, and there's no run. So 91 for 3 still. Fletcher on strike, 22. It's Graham bowling. Just has a little look round there at the scoreboard. He's just gets the ball now. He's about to bowl again. In he goes now. Bowls, and there's Fletcher again. He's going to run this time. He gets the call from Rainford, and it went to the leg side this time. Leg bye signalled by umpire Hardy that time. The ball didn't get very far, but it was a long way for the fielder to go and get it there from mid-wicket. So 1 more to the total. The all count here, 68 now. It is Tynedale need 92 for 3. 34th over this one. I beg your pardon, the 35th. over. As Graham's in, driven by Rainford, and that's racing up through extra cover to the tennis court boundaries. That'll help the confidence, and it'll help the Tynedale score along as well. Rainford's best shot of his innings so far, a 4 through extra cover, front foot drive, and it's 4 more to the total, 96 for 3 now. And just 64 for Tynedale to win. One slip in place. The shadows creeping in onto the field from behind us, the trees behind us, as Rainford this time defends it under the offside up to win there at mid-off, and there's no run, and that's the end of the over. So 15 overs to go here. Tynedale, it is, chasing 160 on 96 for 3, and off those 90 balls, they require 64. That's right, isn't it? 15 overs, 90 balls, 5 sixes are 30, and 10 sixes 60. So 90 balls it is to get these 64. And we're going to have Rosa again. Hunter just snuggling in its slip. Chapman gets well in behind the stumps there as in comes Rosa and bowls to Fletcher, who drives, and he's out. He's been given out, caught and bowled. He drove it straight back, and it was a low catch, and straight away he started celebrating, and umpire Greener had no doubt there. It seemed like he thought he better give that one out before there was any wait to see if it had carried, but Concert are euphoric. They've taken their 4th wicket, and it's Fletcher who's caught and bowled at 96, and Tynedale have lost their 4th wicket, and Rosa has taken his 3rd wicket. And Fletcher it is who goes for a very well made 22. It's taken him. He's been watchful in his innings, but it could be all important here if Tynedale can get these 64 required to win. 96 for 4 now they are. The new batsman in, right-handed Jamie Crichton. He's gone to the crease now. 389 runs for the season. He's had 16 innings, averaging 30 with 3 not outs. He's got 2 50s and his highest score 71. So here he is again now. Crichton takes up the crease. Rosa in the bowl. Comes in now, and Crichton edged, and thick edge there, and it's through the vacant 3rd slip position, and it's Graham who jogs round to get that one. So Crichton's off the mark straight away. And now it's 63 from 88 balls. 63 from 88 balls required for Tynedale. 6 wickets still standing here. It might have looked a more straightforward task if it wasn't just 6 wickets still standing. But here we go now. Here's Rosa, and he comes to Rainford, who drives in the air, and that's a good stop in at extra cover. It bounced just before the fielder there, but it was in the air, slightly mistimed there from Rainford, and it's a good job that fielder's about 25 yards back instead of 20. But here's Rosa again now in bowls. He's out this time. Rainford's caught it first slip by Hunter. Rainford pushed forward there, and he's out, caught it slip, and Tynedale are shedding wickets here. Rainford's gone, he's gone for 5. It's 97 for 5, and they still require another 63 to win here, Tynedale. Another 63. Rainford out. Rosa's taken his 4th wicket, and the 5th wicket goes down at 97. So, oh dear, Tynedale from 69 for 2 are now 97 for 5 here. And we're just in the 36th over, and here comes the next batsman in for Tynedale, and it's the hard-hitting Ewan Stevenson. Now this left-handed, he can do some damage if he gets going, but let's see how he can do coming in this situation. We've got 14 overs to go after this one, and Tynedale require 63. And here's Rosa again now. He's going to come around the wicket towards us here to the left-handed Stevenson. And Hunter's staying in there at slip. There's going to be a deep square leg, a deep extra cover, a long off and a long on. Now the shorter boundary only just is across to the left here, and it's on Stevenson's leg side at the moment. So we've got Rosa coming in around the wicket to Stevenson. He's forward and just defends the first ball into the offside, and that's fielded there, and there's no run. Still 97 for 5 now. Crichton at the other end, 1 not out. Here's Rosa again now, moves in and bowls. And there's Stevenson, slightly forward there, and just drives it back to him. And that's the end of the 36th over. So, at the end of that one, Tynedale still require another 63 here. And of 84 balls, 63 of 84. And it's going to be Graham's off again, and it's going to be Amin to come back on, and it looks like they're going to do this with 4 bowlers. Yeah, concert. Hunter's just directing his field at the moment. Amin to bowl. He'll go over the wicket to the newly acquainted Crichton, who's 1 not out. We've got 84 balls, 63 required here by Tynedale. Still got the sunshine, but the shadows are going further and further onto the field here, as in goes Amin now, and Crichton's back, playing back up to the bowler this time, and there's no run. And Amin quickly back to his mark now. In he goes again, bowls. Crichton just turns to the leg side this time, and it's fielded in at mid-wicket, and there's no run. And he just watches around here. We've got a slip in place. I'm in again. Crichton drives square this time, and there's a misfield. They come in. There's a shot at the stumps. Oh, it's a wayward throw, but it's well backed up, and that was a really wayward throw, about 20 yards wide of the near end stumps here. And luckily, I think it's Ringer down here who was alert to that one. So 1 more there. And now it's down to 62. 98 for 5 now, Tynedale. 98 for 5. Stevenson on strike. He hasn't scored, and I wouldn't bet him against him getting off the mark here with a 4 or a 6. Amin in the bowl. Drives a full ball this time, but it's straight up to mid-off here, and it's picked up, and there's no run. Crichton just does some leaning down exercises there as Amin's in again to Stevenson, who's forward and defends it again, just slightly to the offside, and picked up on the second bounce there by Amin, and there's no run. Here he goes again now. Stevenson back, and he's missed it. Oh, and that just missed the stumps. It skidded on and capped low, and I think there was a intake of breath, more than likely from the Tynedale spectators out there, but he survived that one anyway at the end of the over. So it's 37 gone now, and Tynedale 98 for 5. They still require another 62. I beg your pardon, did I say 61 before? 62 here they need to win. They require another 62 from 78 balls. And here's Rosa again now. Bowls the next one. That's him on the party. Will be out that time. Given out. LBW. It's Crichton. And Tynedale have lost their 6th wicket. That's spun back into him. And he played with a cross bat and sort of played all round it. And it struck him on the leg. Not far, if anything, off his crease. And umpire Greener wasn't long in hesitating to give that one out. And it's Crichton who's gone, LBW, and Tynedale have lost their 6th wicket, and they still need another 62 to win here. And the 6th wicket falls at 98. It's 98 for 6. And the new batsman going in for Tynedale is Sam Peter. And Raza, he's picked up 5 wickets now. So congratulations to him for his 5-wicket haul in this match. And it's Sam Peter going out to join Ewan Stevenson. So 2 of the, not the youngest, but 2 of the younger members of the Tynedale team here today. Sam Peter is a right-hander. He's going in there now. I'm just trying to see his figures here. 162 runs from 10 innings this season. He's missed a few games. He hasn't. I'll have a look quickly. I don't think he's played a game for about 3 weeks here as Sam Peter. Yeah, no game for 3 weeks as Raza comes in and he faces his first ball and he defends it into the offside. So he's out there now. He handles the first one well enough. Still bright sunshine here. The shadows almost up to the square now from behind us. One slip in place. As in comes Raza, and he's played away from his body there, trying to just guide it up towards third man, the empty boundary here, but the ball beat the bat, and Chapman was equal to it behind the stumps. Here's Raza again, and he comes and bowls, and it's full, and it's driven back to him on the half volley there, and he doesn't take it first time, but Sam Peter doesn't run, so he still hasn't got off the mark here. There's a long on, a long off, a deep mid-wicket and a deep cover point. That's Graham out to the right on the popular side there. A few more spectators on the tables down in front of us now to the right there, and he defends the next one. Does Peter, and it goes out there to mid-wicket. So Raza in fine form here, spinning his way to 5 wickets this afternoon, and it's Sam Peter, 4 wickets left for Concert to take to win this one outright. Here he comes again, 62. He's hit on the pad again, and that looked like it hit the bat, that one. It looked like he got the bat down quick enough, and it's not out anyway. Umpire Greener doesn't give that one, but it was another one that turned back into the right-hander, and he's quicker than Crichton at getting the bat across there, and it looked like it was a bottom edge into the pad. But that's the end of the over anyway. So what have we got now? We've got 12 to go. 12 to go. We've got 72 balls here for Tynedale to get 62. 72 balls and 62 needed to win. So it's going to be Amin again. It's going to be Stevenson on strike with a slip. The shadows just creep an extra few inches under the square now. A low ball this time from Amin, and it's Stevenson equal to the task there. Just clears it out from on his stumps, back up to the bowler. Amin now again bowls to Stevenson. Chops down, they're going for a quick single, and the fielder didn't pick it up. It's Graham there in at extra cover. Didn't take that one up cleanly, and Stevenson gets through, and he gets off the mark. So now the score goes to 99 for 6 Tynedale. 61 it is to win. 61 now to win Tynedale, or 4 wickets for Concert to take here. 99 for 6, and Peter is this time who hits a shot out there along the ground, out to Graham at mid-wicket, and there's no run. Peter not off the mark yet, faces a ball from Amin. He's forward this time and pushes it out there to extra cover on the tennis court side across to the left. And there's just a couple of tennis players left now as Amin is in again, and that's full, and it's hit him on the pad, has it? And that dipped in on him, that one. It was a little, give it a bit more air there, did Sadiq. And it dropped quickly on Peter there, and he just managed to stifle it with some bat and pads and goodness knows what else. So Peter not off the mark. He's still on. He still hasn't scored, and it's 99 for 6. As Amin bowls again, and has he bowled or no? He missed it. Oh my word! He looked for the big drive there, and it went through, and could only have missed that off stump by an inch, and it struck Chapman on the pads. And that's the end of an eventful over there, with Peter shaping up to Amin for the last half of it there. So there we go. 11 overs to go now. 66 balls for Tynedale now to get 61. They're 99 for 6, chasing 160. So we've got 66 balls remaining here. And 61 needed by Tynedale. It's going to be Ewan Stevenson on strike. He just makes a mark on his guard there, and we're going to have a change of bowling. Razov has gone off after his 5 wickets here, and it's Hunter who's going to come on to bowl again, and I think Sam Peter will have to move across there. He's going to come around the wicket, I think, although he's just having a little practice ball at the minute, a practice ball or two. No, he's going to come over the wicket to the left-handed Stevenson, so there's no slip. We've got a long off, a long on, 2 deep square on the leg side and 1 to the off. Stevenson plays behind square to win there at backward point, and there's no run. And we've got Raza here at leg gully, or a short fine leg, as he hits this one hard, and he's got it, has he? No, he spilt it. It's been dropped down at deep mid wicket, and it was Stevenson there. He had that big baseball swing of his and got it away over towards the houses there on the right, but a sliding chance, going quickly towards the ground, that one, and it was dropped. So Stevenson given a chance, and he's gone to 2, and that's the 100 up for Tynedale. 60 to win now for the home side here, and I think there's 63 balls left to do it in, but we'll update you at the end of the over. Here's Hunter again, now moves in. Peter this time pushes for 1, past through the vacant mid-off area. Just beats Graham, who sprinted across there from extra cover. He couldn't get there though. And Peter is off the mark this time, 101 for 6 now. And it's now 59 for Tynedale to win. 59 for Tynedale to win. Stevenson plays behind square on the offside again, and he doesn't get a run this time. And here he is facing up again. No slips in place now. Here's Hunter, full driven up there towards a minute, long on. They're going through 1. The throw comes in, and they're not going for 2. They stop the throw. Good throw there from Amin at the top end, and 1 more added to the total. 58 now for Tynedale to win. 102 for 6. 102 for 6. 1 slip in place now for Sam Peter. Big gap out here on the behind square on the offside. Peter tries to get it away, and he was frightened of a stump in there, but they'll get through for 1 off the pad, I think. No, it came by there. A bye signalled by umpire Greener. So 1 off the last ball of the over. So the score now, 103 for 6 Tynedale. And we've got 60 balls left here. 60 to go. 60 balls, 57 runs, or 4 wickets to fall here for this match to finish before the 50 overs are up. And Main has gone off. He's just come back for a quick couple there of overs, and now we're going to have Stuart Graham back on again. Just working it out here. Hunter having to work it out. He's done that, so he's got Graham back on in the last 10 overs here, and I think he'll have 1 or 2 more to bowl. 57 it is the Tynedale need of 60. 4 wickets to take for Concert. 103 for 6 the home side here. 1 slip and a gully in place for Peter. Graham bowls, and he's hit him on the pad, and it's run up there towards third man, but it's quickly fielded, and umpire Hardy it is at this end. Give no, not out this time was his decision, and Sam Peter there having a look round. It's sunny. The shadows are definitely under the square now. Raza's come out of first slip. He's going up to third man. There's a fine leg, a deep backward square, a deep cover point. Inside the circle there's a backward point, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on and a mid-wicket. Here's Graham again now. We're watching him bowl to Sam Peter. And it's hit him on the pad again, but no appeal there this time from the bowler or the fielders or the wicketkeeper. Graham just holds his head there a little bit. Here he comes now, he's back to the end of his mark. No slips in place, bright sun, the breeze has dropped just a little bit as in goes Graham now to Peter. He's bowled him, he's out, Peter's bowled, and Graham's delighted. He runs up there and high fives with Chapman, the wicketkeeper. And it's Sam Peter who's gone, bowled for 1. And Tynedale now have lost their 7th wicket at 103, and they still require another 57 to win. And there's less than 10 overs to go now. And 7 wickets down. And Graham has got his second wicket of the afternoon. So the 7th goes down at 103. And it was just a straight ball. Peter beaten for pace there, played up, but he didn't quite manage to get the contact on it or get in line with it, and the stumps rattled and the bail shut off. So Tynedale, 3 wickets left standing here. Less than 10 overs to go. And 58 balls to be precise, 57 balls, 57 and 57 needed if my arithmetic is right. And it's Josh Renton who's the new batsman. He's up there now at the top end, right-hander. Here's Graham now looking for his 3rd wicket. Bowls, and it's turned round the corner this time from Renton, and he's going to get off the mark straight away up to long leg there, just outside the circle. So, oh no, he doesn't. It's a leg by signalled by umpire Hardy. So 1 off the deficit, but Renton stays where he is on 0. 56 now to win. 56 to win for Tynedale. 104 for 7 chasing 160 the target. Shotley Bridge 159 for 9 in their innings. A most important last wicket partnership earlier in the afternoon, and 75 from the man bowling now, Stuart Graham. In he goes bowling to Stevenson, who plays for 1 out square. The fielders in quickly, but they come through safely enough, while Stevenson does to this near end to complete the run there. So 1 more off the deficit to win here for Tynedale. 55 now, 105 for 7. And we're in the 41st over here of a maximum of 50. Stuart Graham runs in the bowl, this time to Renton. Lets it outside the off stump. And that's the last ball of the over. And he just takes his cap. Yes, that is the end of the over. So 9 overs remain now. 54 balls for Tynedale, who need 55 to win here. 105 for 7. Renton still yet to score. Stevenson up there at the wicket, the left-hander. He's 4 not out. And it's going to be Gary Hunter, it is, who's going to bowl again. This is the 42nd over. 54 balls left here to make 55. And there's definitely more people out there on the seats and the picnic tables across to the right. A few straight faces, not quite glum faces out there on the decking, but they're watching with intense expectation or intense anticipation here of what might happen. Here's Stevenson faces the next ball from Hunter, and he just pushes it up there to extra cover. 53 balls left now. 53 balls left, 55 needed. Hunter to Stevenson, flicks it away up towards long on, and he's going to get a single here. And that takes the score now down to up to 106 for 7. Stevenson's gone to 5, and there's 52 left. 54 needed from 52 here. 54 runs for Tynedale from 52 balls. Renton's on strike. There's a long off, a long on. A deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, and a deep cover over by the house end there. Here's Hunter, comes in again now and bowls. Renton defends this time, and he's not going to get a run there. So 51 balls left now, and still 54 needed. 51 balls, 54 runs needed, or 3 wickets to fall for Concert. Here's Hunter again now, moves in, bowling to Renton, who drives this time, but it's just into the ground, and Graham fields there at extra cover. So now we're down to 50 balls, 54 runs needed off 54 balls, 106 for 7, Tyndale. Here's Hunter again. Renton pushes square for a single this time on the offside. It's Raza who picks it up there, and Renton gets off the mark with that one, so the deficit now comes down to 53 needed off 49 balls. 53 off 49 balls, or 3 wickets to fall here. Here's Hunter moving in to Stevenson, and he pushes that one back to him, a dot ball there, and that's the end of the over. That one last ball of the over there, no runs off it, so Tyndale chasing 160 to win, need 53 off 48 balls here. 53 runs off 48 balls in this 20th league game of the season for these two clubs. 2 more to go after this. Tyndale, they play Percy Main next week, and you can join us down there. Another 12:30 start, but you can join us from 2:30 as usual here on Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Online Radio. And then the last game for Tyndale against Ashington here at Priors Flat. But right now it's Graham bowling to Renton. 3 wickets to take for Concert. He bowls outside the off stump and it keeps low through to Chapman. And there's no run. It's still 107 for 7. 47 balls left now. 47 balls left now, and they need 53. 107 for 7, Tyndale. Graham again to bowl for Renton, to Renton. He tries a big swipe at that one, a cross-batted slog, and he misses it, and that just missed the off stump, or it bounced over the top of the stumps even. And Graham can't believe it. The he's down in agony almost at that ball missing the stumps there. So 46 balls left, still 53 needed here. And here's Graham again, quickly back to his mark. We're losing the sunshine quickly here. The shadow is overtaking things, and we've got 4 in the deep for Concert as he bowls again, and that one's played square. That's running up towards the boundary at backward point. A nice sliding stop down there, an excellent stop in fact, and thrown into the far end to Chapman, the wicket keeper. So 2 more to the total there, and the balls come down now, and now it's 51 needed for Tyndale from 45 balls. 51 from 45. 109 for 7, the home side here, and we're getting another thriller and a cracker with Concert versus Tyndale at Priors Flat. Here we go. Here's Graham in now and bowls. It's fallen, it's chipped down. He jammed the bat and it came off an inside edge and went up towards final leg there, and it's a dot ball. Graham can't believe it. Chapman can't believe it. In the sunshine up there is Chapman. He just fiddles about with his pocket. 44. We're down. 51 is what Tyndale require now. 109 for 7. 109 for 7. In goes Graham to Renton. He's hit this one, and that's running up towards the 3rd man boundary, but it's going to be cut off, and Renton's going to sprint back for 2 here. Well, he jogs through in the end from about halfway. And another 2 to the total, and that takes it now down to 49 needed. 49 needed from 43, I think it is now. So 49 from 43 for Tyndale, and he's hit that one. He's cut it fine up towards 3rd man where it's fielded, and they get another single. And That takes it now down to 48 needed by Tyndale. And Tyndale needing 160 to win, or 112 for 7. Renton is 6 not out, Stevenson 5 not out. And there's 8 overs to go here. 7 overs, I beg your pardon. 7 overs, I beg your pardon. A scoreboard just clicks up there, so 7 overs to go here. And Tyndale requiring 48. It's going to be Hunter to roll. And here's Renton now, just plays this one down into the ground. 41 balls now. 41 balls left and 48 required. Here's Hunter again now. He's cracked this one away square, has Renton, and he's just going to get a single there. Up to the top end, he did that quite nicely, so now we're down to 40 balls, 47 needed. 113 for 7. 113 for 7 here, Tyndale. A long off, a long on, 2 deep to the square side, on the leg side. As he hits this one, Stevenson, and that'll get up there, and has a misfield up in the corner, but they're coming back for 2 runs. It was grabbed just before it crossed the boundary there, and it's Stevenson who gets 2 more, and that takes it now down to 45 needed from 39. As Hunter's in again now. Stevenson hits it high, and that may be 6. I think that's over the head of the fielder and over the fence. Yes, it's gone for 6. So 6 more to the total now, and it's taken it to 100. And wait till that scoreboard goes up. I think it's gone up 115 for 7. So 39, 121 for 7. And it's 39 needed here, and Stevenson gets it square on the leg side this time. It's fielded now, 1 more to the total. And that now takes it down now to 38 needed for Tyndale. 38 needed, and we've got just over 6 overs to go here. Here's Hunter again, Renton, and he's dabbed down on it. It's gone past him and past the wicket keeper. Now what's the umpire going to give here? It's hit the bat, and now that's 1 more off the total. So with 6 overs here, 36 balls, they need 37 runs here, Tyndale. 123 for 7, the home side on, they're chasing 160 to win. 36 balls, 37 runs, or 3 wickets to fall here. And we're going to have Renton on strike. And we're going to have a deep backward square leg, a deep mid wicket, a long off, a long on, and a fine leg. We can't have all this many. There's a 3rd man, a fine leg, a deep cover. There's about 7 outside at the moment. Now fine legs coming inside the circle. We've got a long off, a long on, a deep cover, a 3rd man, a deep backward square leg, and a deep mid wicket. So that was 6 outside. Now long on is coming up inside the circle to mid on. So the deep fielders, a long off, a deep cover, a 3rd man, a deep backward square, and a deep mid wicket. 36 balls left, 37 required by Tyndale. They have 123 for 7 as Here's Renton, faces the next one, and he's got it away square on the offside up towards the tennis court. He sprints through for one. They're coming back for two. They're going after. There's going to be a run out. Surely here is there. He's out. He's run out. Renton is run out. He went for the second, and the fielder had already set off with the throw. And Tynedale have lost their 8th wicket here. It's Renton who's run out at the top end. A good throw from down on the deep cover boundary by the tennis courts. And Chapman took the bails off. So there's 35 balls left here. They still need 36 because they'll get the one run there that they put on. 124 for 7. So 35 balls, 36 runs needed for Tynedale, or 2 wickets now to fall. And it's Matthew Scott who's going in to bat. So Scott is in the bat. He's a right-hander. A couple of weeks ago he played a tidy innings, a very good innings down at Newcastle City in this sort of situation, but not quite as close as this. But the pendulum just swings to Concert a little more here because there's only 2 wickets remaining for the home side. The sun almost disappeared now. Spectators packed out on the seats on the bank side. We've got a few on the tables in front. The decking looks has gone a little bit quieter. Concerned looks on the faces over there. The spectators up by the scoreboard there, at least all but one of them are sat forward in their chairs with their hands resting on their knees. Deep concentration. But 124 for 8 Tynedale, 36 required here. There's Scott who hits this one up to mid-on, and it's fielded, so down to 34 balls now and 36 required. 2 wickets to fall here, and it's Scott again. Faces up, he's hit this one. They're going for one to mid-on this time, and they'll come through. There's a shot at the stumps, and it's backed up. And one more to the total there, which takes it to 125 for 8, so 35 required of 33. 35 required of 33 balls here for Tynedale, or 2 wickets for Concert to take. Square leg is dropped down to deep square leg over there just to the left of the scoreboard. Mid wicket is dropped under the edge of the circle. It's Stevenson on strike now. He's big swing and a miss down the offside there, outside the off stump. So a little top of the pad there. He knows he missed a chance, but now we're down to 32 balls, 35 needed. 32 balls and 35 needed for Tynedale. As in goes the next one. Stevenson's driven it for 1 up towards mid-on there, and well, I've just placed in fact, but now it comes down to 31 balls and 34 runs needed for Tynedale. 126 for 8. Stevenson has moved to 15. Scott 1 not out. The field still deep in all parts. Scott drives on the back foot, and that's a good shot. He's going to sprint for 1. Now here they're coming. Stevenson will get there. The throw comes in. He's out. It's a direct hit from 40 yards. He's out. Stevenson is out. Run out on the second run again. And Stevenson has been run out. It's 127 for 8. Stevenson run out, and it was either him or the throw, and the throw did it there. Another direct hit for a Tynedale batsman. And what a throw it was from down in the bottom corner there, away to our left over by the tennis pavilion, and to our near end here. And Stevenson is gone. It's 127 now for 9 Tynedale, and they require another 33 from 30 balls with 1 wicket remaining here. 33 needed from 30 balls. 127 for 9. A run out does it for Stevenson. And the thing was there, the 2 looked on. But what an excellent throw to remove the left-hander. He goes for 15. And what a good shot it was from Scott as well. A drive off the back foot up there to the wide long off boundary. And now it's going to be Amin again from the top end. Hunter's just sorting things out here. 33 Tynedale need here. 127 for 9. 1 wicket for Concert to take. Amin comes in now and bowls. And playing a miss from David Newton, who's the new batsman out there. The last man for Tynedale, David Newton, a right-hander. Here he is facing up with a slip in place. In comes Amin. Bowls. Newton drives it square and they run for 1 up to the fielder there, just inside the deep cover boundary at the house end, across to the right. So 27 balls left now, 31 needed. I beg your pardon, 32 needed. 128 for 9 now. 128 for 9. 32 needed by Tynedale. 1 wicket to take. It's Scott this time, who plays back up into the gap there between extra and deep cover. And there's another one to the total. So it's down to 31 now. Needed from 26 balls. Here's Amin again now to Newton, who plays square on the offside for 1 again. They run through. They get it. That takes the score to 130 for 9. 130 for 9 here. They need 30 more from 25 balls. Amin bowls. It's driven this time. A big scalp of a shot up too long on there by Scott. And he gets another one. And that 1 ball left in the over here. This one. So we're down now to 29 needed. And I'll update the balls at the end of the over here. 29 needed, and it's pushed back by Newton up to the bowler there. And that is the end of the 46th. So we've got 24 balls here. And Tynedale need 29 runs. 131 for 9 they are. And we've got up 46 overs gone in this second innings here. And here we go. It's Newton and Scott, the last pair for Tynedale. 29 needed, but just the 1 wicket there. And there's 2 deep to square on the leg side, 2 deep to leg, a deep backward square, and a deep mid wicket, a deep cover, a 3rd man, and there's a long off as well. So here we go. Here's Scott on strike, I think it is. Yes, he drives this one, but he doesn't get it past the bowler. So a dot ball there. The bowler's jumper comes off. I think it's Wynn who's bowling out there at the moment. 23 balls left now. 29 needed. 131 for 9 Tynedale. 1 wicket to take here. Scott on strike. He's swung for this one, and it's inside edge, and it's going up for 4 at the fine leg boundary. Yes, 4 signalled there by off the bat. So we're now down to 22 balls left and 25 needed. 22 balls, 25 needed by Tynedale. 1 wicket still standing here. 135 for 9. And here's Scott again, about to face up to this one. 8 not out. 22 balls, 25 runs for Tynedale. Fielders on the move here. Mid-on is going across to mid-off. What's going on now? We're still in discussion here. 3rd man, a fine 3rd man. It's Rosa up there, I think. He's wondering what to do here. He's just getting moved about a bit. He's come inside the circle. Fine legs dropped back. So it's Scott on strike. 135 for 9 Tynedale. Dusk settles here. We've lost the sun just about altogether now. Down behind the trees behind us. So Scott wafts at this one, and it's coming up towards us. They're going for a single, and that's all they'll get this time as the ball goes in to the near end here. So 136 now for 9. 21 balls left and 24 needed for Tynedale to beat the top of the table side here this afternoon. But Concert just require 1 wicket. Newton on strike. 1 deep backward square. No long on in down here. A 3rd man and a fine leg and a deep cover. Now here's Newton on strike. He's tried to chip that one away down the leg side, and it hit Chapman on the toe there, but no wide signal, so a dot ball there. 20 balls left, 24 needed. 20 balls left, 24 needed, 136 for 9. As here's the next one. Newton goes for this one and mistimes the drive there, and it's a dot ball again. So now we're down to 19 balls, 24 needed by Tynedale, or 1 wicket for Concert to take here. Here's the next ball, and it goes now, and Newton pushes this one back to the bowler, so that's the end of the over. And we've got 3 overs left now. We've got 18 balls for Tynedale to get 24. 18 balls for Tynedale to get 24. They're 136 for 9, chasing 160 to win. And it's Matty Scott out there on 9, David Newton on 2, just 1 wicket still standing here, left in this match. Just 1, as it's is it Amin who's going to bowl again? It is, and he's changed ends now, and the spectators down at the scoreboard now, they're standing up. But here's Scott on strike. 24 needed, or 1 wicket. Scott pushes it back, and it's going up too long on for 1. And there we go. Scott gets up safely to that end. It's 17 balls now, 23 needed by Tynedale, 137 for 9. Here's Amin again now. Bowls. Newton this time pushes it out, and it's a dot ball out to cover there. 16 balls left, 23 needed now, 137 for 9. Tynedale, 1 wicket to fall. Amin bowls. He's pulled that one away, and will not split the gap. No, the fielder's got it there. They go through for a single, and it's thrown into this near end to Chapman, the wicketkeeper. So 15 balls left now, and 22 needed. The score goes up to 138 for 9. 15 balls, 22 runs, or 1 wicket to fall here. The sun just gleaming down on the trees in the far distance there as Amin comes in again now. It's hit high, and that may be running up towards the scoreboard, but it's not going to beat the fielder. They get 1 run, and they're not coming for 2. The ball comes in from the deep mid-wicket boundary there to the top end, the bowler. So 14 left, 21 now needed by Tynedale. 139 for 9. Amin's in again. It's on the full. It's driven by Newton, and that's going to beat the fielder. It's going for 4, 2 extra cover. Newton has hit a 4, and it's raced away out there beyond the house end, and it's crossed the line. So 4 to the total, and now it's 13 balls left and 17 runs needed here. 143 for 9. 1 wicket left still standing. 13 balls, 17 runs, or 1 wicket to end this match. Long off, long on. Amin in to Newton. He's chipped it, and it's in the air, and it's just fallen short of mid-wicket. And he didn't put enough into that one, and it just looped up off the bat, but it's safe in front. I think it was Hunter there in at mid-wicket, and that's the end of the over. So 2 overs left to go now. 17 from 2 overs. Tynedale need 143 for 9. Scott 11, David Newton 7, 160 the target. Concert made 159 for 9. Tynedale 143 for 9. 1 wicket left here. It's going to be who is it going to be? Batting Scott at the top end, I think. Yeah, Scott up at the top end. He's 11 not out. We've got a deep backward square. We've got a deep mid wicket. We've got no long on in down here that I can see. We've got a deep cover as well. Unless he's really straight across to our left here. As in, here's Scott. He hits it up towards us here, and there's the long on. He's just appeared from behind us, and he gets a single. So 11 balls left now. 11 balls left, and 16 runs to get. 144 for 9. Scott's gone to 12. The sun comes just a little bit back out again. The shadow is well over the field now. Here's the next one. It's Newton on strike this time. He's driven it. They're going to get one. He's going to have to be quick here, but there's a misfield and he's safe enough. He's safe enough. Through he comes. And it's 145 now for 9. There's 10 balls left and 15 runs to get here for Tynedale, or 1 wicket to fall. Here he comes now. Here's Scott on strike. The ball goes in. He's hit it high, but he's going to be out as he knows it's going to fall between the fielders. Down over the bowler's head here, and Scott has come through. He went for the big 6, so 1 more to the total. That's 9 balls now, 14 needed here by Tynedale, 146 for 9. Here's David Newton on strike, and it looks like there's somebody, a time like this for somebody to be walking about behind the bowler's arm down to our left here, but he seems to be out the way now. As here's Newton, he's hit it, just past the bowler in the air, and he's going to get another one. Just dropped it short of the fielder there, running in from long on down here, and long off coming across towards us. But Newton's gone through, so 8 balls, 13 needed now. 147 for 9. 406 they shout in the clubhouse. Yeah, and he's got it away, but is it going to beat the fielder? I think it is. It's gone for 4. Scott it is, who's hit a 4 through square leg over to the house end. So that brings it down. 7 balls, 9 needed by Tynedale. A 4 through square leg from Scott. 151 for 9, and could that be the turning point? Here's Scott again now. He needs 9 runs. Oh, there's just 1 wicket can fall here, and that's it. Here's Scott now. He's got it away for 1 up towards us here, and it's Graham who picks it up. He comes through, and that's the last ball of the over. So we've got 1 over left here and 8 needed from it. We've got 6 balls, 8 runs needed. Tynedale 152 for 9. 6 balls remaining, 8 runs needed, or 1 wicket to fall. And there's not many eyes facing away from the cricket now. And it's going to be the captain, Gary Hunter, to bowl the last over with his spin bowling, and it's going to be Scott on strike. So a 4 would be good, but what are we going to have? We've got a long off, a long on, a deep square leg, a deep cover out by the house end. Inside we've got a short, a backward square leg, a mid wicket, a backward point, a real backward point down here, and an extra cover all right on the edge of the circle. So nobody really saving 1, although it's the 2 they want to save. 8 needed off 6 balls here. Here's Hunter in to Scott. He's hit it away, and they're going for the 1 here. There's a shot at the stumps, and they get through to this. It's Newton who comes through to this near end. Okay. 5 balls now, 7 runs. They've got to find a 2 from somewhere here. A 4 would be even better. But here's Hunter now. He's hit it 1 in the mid wicket. They're going through, and it's down now to 4 balls and 6 runs. 4 balls needed, 4 balls left, and 6 runs needed here. 154 for 9. It's Scott on strike, and Hunter bowls. He's got it away up towards the scoreboard, but they're going to have to run for 2. No, they're just settling for 1 there, up to the top end. So now we're down to 3 balls, 5 runs. 3 balls, 5 runs, 155 for 9. Scott has gone to a very well made 20 in the course of all this, but here's Hunter again now. He comes in to bowl over the wicket. He's hit it high, and there may be a catch. He may be a catch, and he's got it, and it's Conservative 1 caught on the mid-wicket boundary down by the scoreboard. It's David Newton who's out, and Tynedale are all out for 155, and Concert, top of the table, have won this match by 4 runs. They've won by 4 runs, and Newton it is who goes last for 10, and what pressure for the catcher down there by the scoreboard. a big shot. It would just a little bit more would have took it, but it's Concert who have won by 4 runs. Newton caught out for the last wicket. Tyndale all out for 155 for 9, and it's Concert 155 all out. It is, and Concert who made 159 for 9 in their 50 overs. So Concert will maintain their place at the top of the table there, and Tyndale will hold on to 6th position with 2 games to go. So what an afternoon's cricket as we just come after 20 to 7 here tonight at Priors Flat. It's been one of the best afternoons for commentary, at least, and watching the players out there. A low scoring match which Concert eventually won by 4 runs. So just to run down a check on the score, there's the 2 batsmen come off. Newton out for 11, and what about Matty Scott there? 20 not out. What a valiant effort at the end of the match. But Vaza with 5 wickets rather did the damage, and Gary Hunter coming on as captain to bowl the last over there. Chapman, Graham, everybody, the 2 umpires and the spectators, they're all cheering out there at the moment. But the final result, Concert 159 for 9 from 50 overs, and Tyndale 155 all out. Concert win by 4 runs, and it just continues the run of cracking, close and tense matches we have here between Tyndale and Concert at Priors Flat. The last 3 have been brilliant, and this one proved no different to that. So from Priors Flat tonight, the next time we're on the air will be next Saturday over at Percy Main here on Cricket West Tyne. 2:30 as usual, but the match starts at 12:30. We'll be on the air from 2:30 to see if Tyndale can get an away win down at Percy Main, down in North Tyneside. So there we are from Priors Flat tonight. An excellent match, and it's Concert who win by 4 runs. It's good night here from Priors Flat, and good night from me.